Okay, so your task this week will be pick 3 instruments and compose 3 different motifs in contrasting styles, keeping in mind a scene or a character as you perform it. Don't censor yourself with your ideas. Don't worry too much about perfection. It will be the listener's job in the next class to guess what you were trying to go for. So for the last writing assignment, you composed 2-note intervals. Now I want you to expand on that. You can continue an old idea or just write 3 brand new motifs. But first things first, I'm going to adjust my metronome settings here so that the click track isn't super loud. You can do this under the settings menu. And then when the settings dialog box opens, hit the button on the bottom right there that says recording project settings, then go to metronome, slide the volume down. Okay, so I have a random string patch loaded up. Let's record something short. Try to play to the click track if you can, but I understand if you can't. So this is something new you can do. Logic is a very powerful tool when it comes to shaping your sound. Some of these instrument patches don't sound very realistic right out of the box. So I'm going to show you 2 things: note velocity and volume automation, which are functions that you'll see on almost every DAW. So let's listen back to the string motif that I just composed. Yeah, and I can hear that, well, maybe some of the notes aren't as strong as I wanted them to be, or maybe I hit one of the keys too hard and it sticks out too much. So here's how you adjust all that. Double-click on the region. Clips are called regions in Logic, and it will magnify in the window below. To the left, where the instrument header is, you can see that there is a slider bar that allows you to adjust note velocity. But there's actually a quicker way. Just like you can change your mouse head tools in Avid or Premiere, mouse-specific tools can be accessed by hitting Escape in Logic, and a whole array of tools will open up. The ones I use the most often are the scissors, that's the cut tool, zoom, and the velocity tool. When you have velocity selected, your mouse head turns into a V icon. You hover your mouse over these notes and click and drag up and down. Add more pressure to some notes, take off some pressure on other notes. And then when I play it back, that sounds way more real. A little aside on string patches. Sometimes string patches speak late. And what I mean by this is that when you hit a key, the note crescendos up to a peak rather than sounding full and loud right away. That's just because of the nature of the sample. The live player who made this is playing a real instrument, and instrument articulations aren't the same from instrument to instrument in nature. Like a piano, for example, has a percussive sound where it's all up front right away. And instruments like a horn or a violin, they creep up or crescendo, and you have to shape that. So since my string notes sound a bit delayed here, I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to manually move the notes up a bit, just a hair, so that the sounds seem to fade in at a more appropriate time. Yeah, that totally sounds better. And you want to remember to return your mouse head to the pointer or tool mode after you're done with everything and you want to start moving regions around. Another thing I want to show you is automation, namely the volume automation, which is easily accessed by hitting the A key on your alphabetical keyboard. When you have a specific track selected and you hit A, you will see a gray volume line appear. Just tap on the line somewhere and it highlights yellow and moves with your mouse. You can add keyframes instantly by clicking or using the pencil tool, accessed by Escape and then Pencil. Draw in the automation fluidly. Let's see how that sounds with the horn. It's okay. It needs some adjustment. I need to separate these notes a bit, but you get the idea. Okay, I'll record one more here. You can tell by the tone of my voice that I'm ready for something funky. Oh yeah, that's totally funky. Let's record this. That's as much funk as I can handle. Some of you have already figured this out, but to prepare your files for export, remember to do two things. Set your region locator bar to capture the segment of the melody that you wish to export. The area above the region will highlight yellow. If your metronome is on, turn it off by hitting the letter K, and then export as a file by hitting Command B for bounce. Save your files as a PCM file, a pulse code modulation file, which is a long form of a WAV file. Put your name in the empty field and give it a non-descriptive title for now. Do not leave your files with the name Untitled. Okay, hit me up on Canvas on the discussion board if you have questions. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.